How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your new moon horoscope for Taurus. How is it going, my precious little cows? It is going to be on Monday at about 10 p.m. exactly Mountain Standard Time. Do the math for wherever you live. On October 8th, we're having the new moon in Libra. It's going to be at 15 degrees if that matters to you, if you want to look at your chart. Couple big things about this retrograde that are happening for you guys. This new moon is going to be in your 6th house, and that's going to be really important because the 6th house has a lot to do with not only problems, things kind of dissolving, things kind of falling apart. The 6th house causes a lot of issues, but it also has a lot to do with what you're doing every single day, what service that you have. It's kind of like the 10th house is your career while the 6th house is your employment. It's kind of like what that service looks like. And this new moon happening right here is highlighting Venus. Now, Venus is in your 7th house of relationships, and she's in Scorpio, and she's now retrograde. And I think this is really important because as Venus retrogrades in Scorpio through your 7th house, where you guys are kind of readjusting the value that you really seek in relationships, and you're starting to see more of the specific things that you guys want to manifest and that you really desire out of the relationship. And you start to really reflect on that and become more specific and precise with what you really want and holding on to, you know, the true value that you guys really do want versus letting go of the things that are kind of holding you back. Now, as this new moon happens, it's going to kind of give you guys the energy to reset the intentions of, okay, what are you doing every single day when you interact with people, when you hang out with people? What are the issues that you see come up with that? What do you bring into the relationship? What do you necessarily not, I don't want to say have to offer, but what energy do you bring into that context? And how can you better, I don't want to say like fix yourself, but how can you better relate to the person that you want to? How can you better adjust, not necessarily yourself, but just your energy? It's just really, this new moon's really just about working with people on a way better basis. And this is important because it's trining this Mars in Aquarius. Mars is just moving out of shadow on this day too. And Mars has been in your 10th house, so it's kind of like career issues. It's kind of like it's all up in the air. You're still trying to figure out what you really, you know, want to establish yourself on. As Mars has been in the 10th house and it starts to move forward, this is a great time to kind of go, okay, like, you know, especially for career stuff, getting a little bit more clear with what you're wanting to do with your job, or maybe you're getting more like, you know, not necessarily you've been questioning your job, but like, you know, if you have a fine job that you love, maybe you're getting like a promotion or something's finally starting to move forward. Things are just finally starting to move forward in the context of career, but what you're doing every single day. However, as it's highlighting Venus in your 7th house in retrograde, this is just really about finding the value that you really want to see in other people. And you're going to start to really dissect those values that you're really searching for, that emotion and that passion that you kind of seek. And it's going to bring up, you know, both good and bad things. So just be really aware of what's kind of coming up. And this new moon in Libra is really about resetting the intentions of, okay, if there's going to be a problem, you've got to fix it. And what can you do every single day to change that? That's kind of the best way to put it. Venus is going to be going still, you know, in opposition to Uranus. Uranus is in your guys' 1st house. Things are very, you know, you're a lot more susceptible to being a little bit more erratic and electrified than usual is the best way to put it. But yeah, I think that's like really the only thing. The other thing too that I did want to mention, Jupiter is out of shadow now. And Jupiter's been in your 7th house in Scorpio for, you know, the past little while, for a little almost a year now. And as Jupiter's been in Scorpio, it's been kind of bringing good things to relationships, but also like a lot of the bad things as well. It's kind of like, that's why I think Jupiter and Scorpio is so funny for the Me Too movement, because it's like all these bad things got exposed, but justice happened for a lot of them. Like, you know, people lost their careers, people went to prison, things like that. But as Jupiter's been in your 7th house and it's just now out of shadow, I think it's going to be a really good time for you guys to really look at more of the positive that can happen in relationships now that you've kind of seen what's good and what's bad, and you can start to readjust your, not necessarily your values, but really adjust what you're putting your value into. So that's what I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching so much, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, whatever it is you do, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon.